Hi everyone, it's Kathleen, the long lost sister from Relatively Refined. It has been an awfully long time since I've shared a video with you. For our new viewers, some of you may not even know that I exist. And if you go back into the archives, you'll see some videos that I've done, but it has been a while. So, and for no really reason other than life got very, very busy. In the beginning of the summer, I was out of the country. I went on a wonderful trip with some girlfriends from college to Ireland. But the bulk of the summer was really planning for our daughter's wedding. And so I thought, you know what, I think I'll try to catch up the viewers on what life has been like over this summer. So one thing that we did is my daughter did not want to have a shower. She didn't want like the traditional gifts and things like that. I mean, I understand it. She lives in one place. Her then fiance lives in another place. They're working on this house that they bought together. So they don't really know what they have or really what they need. So what we decided to do was a little bit of a different take on a bridal shower. And because they've been working so hard on the inside of the house, I thought maybe it would be nice to do a shower where people brought a perennial or something for the garden, a tree or a shrub or a plant that they could put in the outside of their house. And my daughter loves to garden, like her Aunt Patty and Paula and myself. And she was good with that idea. She thought that might be kind of neat. And what was really nice about it was that when I asked people to come, I said, bring something that works really well in your garden. And when Hannah and Adam plant it in theirs, it will be a remembrance of whoever gave it to them and of her hometown down here in southern Vermont. And she's just a couple hours north. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through some mostly still camera shots and some video clips of what was a really lovely afternoon to have a bridal shower and really a perennial or a tree shower. What you will notice, a la Relatively Refined, is much of the decor was thrifted. I set up several long tables out in the backyard and covered them with vintage tablecloths. And then I used some of the mismatched plates that we had thrifted, which you'll see in an upcoming video for Hannah's wedding, where every place setting was different. It was all thrifted plates. The silverware was thrifted, and the goblets and wine glasses were also thrifted. So it really made for a very beautiful setting out in the back of our yard, kind of surrounded by the woods, or the mini woods out in our backyard. The only other decor I used were fresh flowers from the garden and some paper lanterns that I happened to find at a Goodwill. So all in all, it was really a thrifted bridal shower. The other thing that I will pass on to you is I kept it very, very simple. We had the night before, I made a ginormous portion of chicken salad. Very simple, basic chicken salad with red grapes and celery and onion. And I made a pesto pasta salad and a tomato basil mozzarella caprese salad. And then we had some fresh baguette. Very, very simple. There were about 22, I think maybe 22 or 23 of us. And it easily served that amount of people and wasn't a terrible amount of prep. I did have my mom up here because it was in the summer, and she was a great help chopping some of the zucchini and the summer squash for the pesto pasta salad. What else? And my mom, this was my mom's idea. She convinced me to let's just buy desserts. We don't have to have everything homemade. So we have a lovely bakery in town, and we bought a couple of their famous lemon Lulu cakes. And I whipped up some fresh whipped cream and some fresh blueberries, and that was dessert. The shower was at, I think we started at like 11:30. I had timed it so that the tables were set out in the shade, and I knew how long it would stay shady because it was a very warm day that day. So we pretty much wrapped things up by 2:30. But when people, I said, "Oh, do I need appetizers? What do we need?" And my daughter was like, "No, it's 11:30. We're going to be having a luncheon. You don't need to go have appetizers." So when people came, we had all kinds of seltzers and different types of water and wine, and then we had a cocktail if people wanted a cocktail, an Aperol spritz, which actually ended up being very, very popular, especially on such a hot day. And we mingled on the patio for a little while, for half an hour, 45 minutes, and then we moved out to the tables out in the backyard and had a wonderful luncheon. And instead of, because people brought beautiful, beautiful plants and trees and shrubs, they were all kind of piled down below. And we didn't really want to have to haul them up to where we were sitting. So what everybody did is they went around and they told what they brought and why. If it was something special, some people brought flowers that had like wedding names to them. Other people brought something that has done really well in their own garden. And she just got a really beautiful mix of shade and sun perennials, lilacs and lilac trees, and a peach tree and blueberry bushes, really everything that she loved. So it was a very, very special day. And I thought I would share with you some of the pictures for that. Down the road, when I have a little more time, I will also do a video to show you how the wedding actually turned out, and it was absolutely lovely. I feel like I'm still sort of recovering from it, but I think I'm good now. So enjoy this video of our summer perennial bridal shower at our home here in southern Vermont.
So here's the beautiful bride-to-be on her bridal shower day. And here are some special people, her aunts and her grandmother, all there for the big celebration. We gathered on the patio to begin with, everybody grabbing something to drink, wine, water, a cocktail, and just enjoying each other's company. And there's the table out in the back, kind of right in front of the woods area. One big long table with settings for, I believe it was 23 people. And after we mingled for a while, everybody started to make their way back out toward the table for the luncheon. You can see the paper lanterns hanging in the trees. Thanks to my husband for putting those up. Here's the big long table with the thrifted place settings, plates and silverware and wine glasses, all thrifted. And what's so wonderful about that is every single one is unique. And it's really fun to try to put them all in different places and mix and match, and just a really neat idea. You can see the vintage tablecloths spread out along those large, long tables. And as we sat down and enjoyed a really delicious luncheon of chicken salad and pesto salad and baguettes and caprese salad, and it was just a perfect summer luncheon day, and luckily in the shade. We had a mix of my friends and neighbors and family. It was a really lovely group of women all coming to celebrate gardening and Hannah. And we really spent a good long time just chatting and enjoying our lunch before we even broke out dessert. And everybody shared the different plant or tree that they brought and why it was something they thought would do well in her garden. Here's one of the salads, the caprese salad with heirloom tomatoes and fresh mozzarella. And with a table size that large, I made 2 large platters of everything. There's one of the pasta salads. That was a pesto with some fresh zucchini and summer squash chopped in there. And I didn't make the pesto. I actually will confess I bought that at Costco. And here is the Mother Myrick's lemon lulu cake, which was absolutely delicious with fresh whipped cream and blueberries. And it was a spectacularly sunny summer day, and the simple decorations of those paper lanterns just added a little bit of a festive feeling to it all. And I thank my sister Patty for capturing that in these photographs, which she sent to me. And here we all are from the backside, looking out onto the house and the mountain. It was really lovely. And look at all the gorgeous plants that she got. That's a lilac tree and a lilac bush, a peach tree, butterfly bushes, holly bushes, wonderful perennials, absolutely gorgeous. And such a unique gift that just keeps on giving. And here's Hannah with her car loaded full of perennials to take back up to her house and start planting. I actually had to go up the next weekend and help her get a lot of these plants in the ground. And they looked beautiful. And to end, here's just a glimpse of her gardens around her house. You can see they're already starting to look like established perennial beds with some dahlias and a few annuals that she had planted for the wedding. And there's that's the lilac tree, and a few other beauties that just look stunning against the dark gray of her house. So thank you for joining me as we took a little look back on the bridal shower for my daughter Hannah, and much of the reason why I've been so busy that I have not been able to join you in some videos. But I do thank you for watching, and I hope to have another video soon. Take care, and until the next video, bye-bye.